She just said bye and rolled away. Alright, we're gonna take a second to unload all this plywood out of the back of my truck into this dumpster at this job site. It's 40 square. I think they're gonna need a second dumpster. But yeah, we're gonna add it in there. Guys, I don't even think I've said good morning yet. And happy hump day. It is now 10:20. We have one job going on today, and then we've already checked on them. They're good to go. They don't really need any wood, at least not right now. The truck is there loading that roof currently. So I pulled out of there. We are on our way right now to magnet the house from yesterday that was in Tampa. So we're gonna get that house magnet, double check it. The crew said they were short one bundle last night. But there's a lot of cutoffs that happen whenever there's valleys and stuff, and you can easily, finish a roof off with those pieces. They're not small pieces whatsoever. Excuse me. So I believe they were able to finish that roof. The office did just leave a message on that job. It's City of Temple Terrace, technically. And it requires an in-progress inspection, and I guess online it was never updated for that in-progress inspection. So when we get out there, we're going to double check the permit on the door and see if the inspector signed off on it and he just didn't do it online. I know City of Temple Terrace, they require it in progress, but the inspector out there is extremely lax. Every time he comes out there, he's always like, I don't understand why we have to do these, but you guys are good to go. You're good to close. So I'm sure it's an instance like that. He maybe just forgot to do it online. But so we're going to check the permit, just make sure he signed off on it out there. And then we're going to magnet the house, get a final cleanup on it. And I have reached out to the crew to ask about a wood count on that one. I haven't gotten it back yet. But I do know that one's going to be a decent amount. It's going to be over at least 10 sheets. They had 7 in the trailer, and then we brought them 7. So I know it's going to be a decent amount of wood on that house. So I'm waiting to get that back from the crew, and then we'll be able to get that job closed out. So we just got here to the house in Tampa. We have some leftover material. So here These are heavy. These are probably like 100 pounds each roll. That's gonna be fun to get loaded up. But nothing left to do but to just do it. Sorry, say it again?
Need help?
No, I got it. I appreciate it. I'm going to pass a magnet around as well. Just double check for any nails.
I driveway up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pass it through here just in case. Just double check, make sure there's any that we can't see.
Yeah, I know there.
Pain in the butt. But yeah, I'll pass it through here. It should be good.
Well, you guys did a good job.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll get some final pictures as well. While they're going around, get some pictures of it.
Okay. What's your name?
My name's Allison.
Allison?
Allison.
Same here.
But yeah, so we'll get some final pictures. Like I said, I'll magnet around, and then I'll have Phil send you over some of those pictures as well.
Okay. Yeah, I need that final document, finished work.
Yep, so once the final passes and everything, once we get everything fully finalized, then you'll get that sent over to you. You'll get it with all your closing
So I
documents.
can send final payment.
Yes. Yep, definitely.
Good, Allison. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is what we found at this house. Frickin' love bug season, and one of them got in my truck. Ugh, hate these things. So there's 2 rolls of loami roll that got returned. They don't have nails in them, so I'm gonna get a box of nails. I debated this last time. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. $173. I debated about getting that box of nails last week or the week before, I can't remember. Now all my days kind of meld together, but I debated getting that box. It was like $173 a couple weeks ago, because just how much it is. I don't really need it. But the crew just left 2 boxes of loami roll that are complete rolls. They took the nails out of the boxes, so they can't be returned. The only way to return them is to put the nails in them. And I think each box, I can't remember how much, but those 2 boxes, returning those 2 boxes saves more money than just buying the box of the 1 3/4 nails. So like I said, I just bought that box of 1 3/4 nails. I'll have them. I broke them down and put them into a different box I already have in the back of my truck, so I'm not taking up any more space back there. But yeah, it just makes more sense. And then I have a roll that's a full roll that's no longer in a box that can't even be returned whatsoever, riding around the back of my truck. So I'm gonna go take it to the job site that they're doing today. They only have 1 roll that they need on that job site, so I'm gonna leave this full one that I have that's not in a box with them on this job, and then I'm gonna take the one that's brand new in the box off the roof with me to go return. When I go return all this material, just makes a little bit more sense. Swapped out the ridge vent with the crew. I took their full one in a box and I gave them my open one with some nails. So they should be good on this one. They're taking their lunch a little bit later than they normally do, so it's 12:50 right now. They usually take their lunch at 12 o'clock. But they're just trying to get everything dried in and make sure it's safe. We got some clouds building. I don't think we'll get any rain, but better to be safe than sorry. So now that they're fully dried in, they're gonna take a lunch. I'm gonna head up to Beacon really quick. We're gonna return all this material in the bed of my truck, get it cleared out, and then we are gonna go up to the office and see if there's anything that we need to get scheduled or anything that we need to look at and pay, like, you know, put a little bit of attention to, and then we'll take it from there. All right, we just got all that material returned. It was 2 rolls of self-adhesive tri-built cap. It was 1 roll of self-adhesive tri-built and base sheet, which is the underlayment for a flat roof. The cap sheet is the top part that you see. It's pretty much like a 36-inch wide roll of shingles, pretty much. It's granulated just like shingles. And then we returned 3 boxes of loami roll, which is like ridge vent, like a Cobra pretty much. And then what else? 1 box of stingers, or like cap nails, 1 bucket of cement, and 1 bundle of starters. And most of that was left at that job site in Tampa. You guys saw me load that up. But yeah, so most of that was left at the job site in Tampa. I'm currently on my way to the office. The clouds are like really rolling in now. It's starting to get pretty dark out. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I always enjoy the rain. Not everybody does, but I enjoy the rain. To me, it's like peaceful. Actually, sometimes when I'm working in the office, instead of listening to like a podcast or like a book or something, I'll just listen to like heavy rain on a metal roof or like a white noise background. That way I can just put my head down and work and not, like, because the girls in the office will take phone calls and stuff, but there's no walls in the office, so it's all like glass walls. So if somebody's on the phone, you can hear everything. So to kind of combat that, I'll put on, just like I said, the heavy rain on a metal roof sound, and that way it kind of drowns out the background noise, but I don't have to necessarily be listening to something or like, you know, using that extra brain processing power. I can just kind of zone out and get my work done. But yeah, we're heading up to the office now. I believe there's at least a couple jobs that I need to get scheduled, so we'll take a look at those. And then there's some punch-out work that I need to notify people about or get the ball moving on. So we'll get those taken care of as well. Alright guys, I just pulled out of the office. I'm heading right now to go get Viviana for my mother-in-law's house. I mean, it's still raining. It's probably been raining for about 2 hours. I know the guys are, well, probably like an hour and a half. I know the guys are fully dried in at that Trinity house, which is like maybe 15 minutes up the road from the office. But it sucks that they just have to kind of sit around. They may call it a night. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how long this rain lasts. I just got home, guys, with Viviana. She's playing with her baby. Well, she's dumping her baby on the floor, I guess, now. I'm not sure what we're gonna get up to tonight. Alexa, off. Sorry, anybody, Alexa, that I just triggered. I'm not sure, like I said, what we're gonna do tonight. We didn't take out anything for dinner. Let me see what we got in here. See what we can maybe eat tonight. I was over here trying to use the restroom, and I just hear Viviana screaming. I'm like, what is going on? What is the matter? Turns out all of the magnets were too high for her to reach, and she was screaming about them. So I came out here and moved some of them down lower so she could play with them. But she doesn't really like to put them on the fridge. She wants to stick them in between the gap. Excuse me. In between the gap of like the freezer pull-out drawer and the fridge doors above it. She wants to just stick them in that gap for whatever reason, or launch them around the room, as you guys have seen previously. She loves to do that too. So I found 2 steaks in the freezer, so I went ahead and stuck them in water, and they're now thawed. So I'm gonna get them seasoned. And I don't think I have charcoal. Just had a great dinner. It was like a hodgepodge, throw together last minute kind of dinner. Yeah, it was super last minute. I thawed out the steaks, threw them in some water literally when I got home, seasoned them up. We had some Brussels sprouts that you just cook in the bag that I just, you know, sliced up, cut off all the bad stuff. A lot of them had like bug damage. It was pretty nasty. So like half of them probably got thrown away. And then I used to made some rice and fish for the baby, so I had some rice. So Brussels sprouts, rice, and steak. And I ended up having to make the steak in a pan because we didn't have charcoal. And the Blackstone, I just didn't like the way it looked. I want to get like a wire disc and really scrub it down and really get all the stuff off the top of it and then season it super good. I mean, it stays outside, so it's going to be exposed to moisture. It's always going to have like a little bit of something on it if I don't use it very often. But yeah, I just didn't want to cook on the Blackstone, so I just made it in a pan in the house. I liked it. Naisa didn't like it because it has like more of that meaty taste, and she's not a fan of that. But either way, dinner was good. Good for what it was, I should say. I thought it was good, but it was good for what it was. Somebody is fighting going to sleep. All she wants to do is play with this toy now all of a sudden when it's time to go to sleep. Alright guys, this is where I'm gonna wrap up the video for today. I just got finished cleaning the kitchen, picking up all the baby's toys. I put her to sleep, bathed her, the whole 9 yards. I am tired, to say the least, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please do me a favor and leave a like, rating, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Adios!